today on Caribena Creations I am going to be talking about a tarantula who hasn't been featured on the channel in quite some time. If you've watched the channel from the beginning, near enough the beginning, you might remember that a couple of weeks after I started my channel I got gifted a tarantula by Sam from Bug Realms and a few friends at work who all put together. They got me two tarantulas actually, but there's one in particular I'm going to be showing you today, and that was my sea versicolor who I named Dave. If you haven't watched the channel from the beginning, then I'm going to show you a few clips in a moment. Clips of the time when I first got the tarantula. I was first shown it by Sam at his house as a surprise. I had no idea I was getting it, and then that was back in January, and then a month later I rehoused Dave into a brand new enclosure, into a nice Exoterra that I got at one of the shows. So I'm going to show you a bit of footage of Dave then, and then we can see what he's like now.
So we actually chipped in to get you something a little bit different. I'm actually quite jealous of this. You'll love this.
What is going on?
So in here, right, you might not be able to see the colour. That.
Oh, woo!
So this is your first arboreal tarantula. It's the Caribena Versicolor that we kept looking at pictures of on the internet.
Oh my goodness me! Oh my gosh!
Even Danielle likes that one.
Look at the colour!
I know!
How awesome is this? Thank you very much. I'm so chuffed.
I'm glad you like it.
Come on then, up you go, up you go. He's going, he's going. Should I just let him see what he does? Go on then, go on mate. You can do it, you're nearly there. Let your feet off. Come on, up. Oh, he's so pretty. Come on then, up you go. Oh no, he's gonna go over the other way. He's going back in again. So as a new tarantula keeper, I found the sea versicolor that I was looking at online really interesting. So someone who didn't have a lot of knowledge about tarantulas just a few months before and was looking at the different types of tarantulas that you can get to see what I might like in my collection next. That was one that I was always looking at because of the beauty of them, the colours. That it was just something that before I knew anything about tarantulas, I didn't know you could get them in such vibrant colours like that, and I found it amazing. So to have one myself was just fantastic. But after rehousing Dave into his new enclosure, I noticed some behaviour changes in him. First of all, he didn't web straight away, or a lot at all, in his new enclosure, and I thought there was something wrong. I thought that he wasn't happy with where he was living, and thought first of all maybe that piece of cork bark at the back was too open for him, so I introduced another piece of cork bark in there, a smaller tube, as well as the one he already had, just to see if anything changed, but still no web. Dave did stop taking food, and he also wandered the enclosure a lot. He would walk along the ground, up the cork bark, along the top, down the side, and he would pretty much just lap the whole enclosure every evening, which was nice to see him out and about. and I got some fantastic photos of him. There was a photo on Instagram that was one of my most liked photographs so far, and I was worried that there was something wrong. I always text Sam asking him, why is he walking around so much, why hasn't he webbed, why isn't he eating? And Sam said that they're usually the behaviour of a mature male who's looking for a female. Dave started to slow down quite a lot and became a little clumsy. Sometimes he would have little falls from the bottom part of his cork bark. So I did start worrying quite a lot then. Is his time nearly up? And I didn't have a female for him. And not long after that, one day I noticed Dave on the floor of the enclosure, not really moving, and he didn't look very good. I sprayed the enclosure down and topped up his water, and he made his way up along his cork bark like normal. So that evening I went to bed, and I woke up for work the next day and he had climbed a little further up the cork bark. So I thought, he's alright, everything's back to normal. After I came home from work that day, Dave was still in the same position as when I left. And he had one leg stretched out up on the cork bark, and he looked really odd. The position that he was in looked really odd. So I opened up the enclosure and gave him a little nudge to see if I can get him going again. And as I did that, the outstretched leg dropped from the cork bark and he fell backwards, and I managed to put my hand underneath and catch him. I wasn't sure whether he was alive or not, but I had most of him in my hand and there wasn't a lot of movement. So the rest of him came away from the cork bark and I placed him in a separate container to check him over, and after a few taps of the legs I thought I saw movement there, but obviously something wasn't right. So I took him down to Sam's in the car and I asked Sam to check him out for me, and then after Sam checked him out he told me that he wasn't alive anymore. It was really sad to see. He was very well loved, and because he was so special, I decided to do something special with him. There's an Instagram page I have been following for quite some time. I noticed they had a stall at the BTS, and I was really interested to look at the things they had there. They're called the DeadSet Co, and I decided to send Dave there. They specialise in taxidermy of real insects, arachnids. They do bones in special displays, and I find their work really fantastic and really intriguing. So I got in touch through Instagram, and the lovely lady there who runs it, she got back to me very quickly, and we arranged to send Dave off to her. But first of all, she gave me some instructions of how I should keep him before I packaged him up and sent him away. And I had to put him in the freezer. And that was the only point from when I found out he was actually dead that I wanted him to be dead, because it felt so wrong putting him in the freezer. But had to be done so that he would get to her in the right condition. And after I sent him off, she kept in touch. She was in touch all the time, letting me know how she's getting on with the process, and she was really lovely to speak to. I felt like I made a little friend with her. And then once he was finished, she sent him back to me. So I've got a parcel today to open up and show you what Dave's like now. I've already undone the parcel, just because I'm terrible at opening them. If you've ever seen any of my other unboxings, it takes me about 10 years to open the box. So let's have a look at what's inside. It says on the front, there's a little sticker that says thank you, and one that says recycled packaging, which we like recycled packaging. Okay. On the top, first of all, I have the DeadSet Co. You can see business card. It says handmade displays and jewellery, real insects, arachnids and bones, custom work available with all details on the back. Awesome. We've also got a little note here. It says thank you for your order. We appreciate everyone. We love seeing our customers post, so why not tag us in? And then again, their social media accounts and some more information for their website and their email address. Use shredded paper inside. Something else that's been reused there. Recycled. And then some lovely bubble wrap as well, keeping Dave safe. He looks perfect. Here he is. I'll get you a better shot in a minute, but I chose a nice black frame. It's got a white mount on the inside. Dave's been put really nicely in the centre, and at the bottom it says Caribena Versicolor Dave. There's his name at the bottom. There he is. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get angles right for you to see his colours, but from where I'm standing he looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm so glad that we can have him forever and always be able to see him. Thank you so much, DeadSet Co, for letting me have Dave back and making him look beautiful again. Very, very happy. The communication and the packaging and your work itself has just been incredible. So thank you so much. Anybody else who would like something similar done with their animals, please go check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and their website will be added into the description of my video. Thank you so much. Check them out. And if you guys saw my video from last week, there was a pickup from the Western Invert Show that I was keeping as a bit of a surprise. Well, you might guess now what this is. It's a baby sea versicolor. It's not tiny. I didn't want one too small. I've heard that they can be quite difficult to look after when they're really small, but I got one a little bit grown on that I can look after. It's still got its blue colours, and I can watch it grow and change into its adult colours. I've always said that when I got Dave that I would have loved to have seen him grow up from a baby, but I was still happy that I had him all together. But now I can do that. This one, John's named him Brian. He always said Dave was called Brian. He's called Dave. So let's get you a little look at this one, shall we?